Rat Face 44. Rat Face 44.
Welcome back to another Rat Face 44 review. I'm your host, James, and today we have Sgt Slaughter. I just got this a couple of days ago from my awesome distributor, DJC Collectibles. Link will be in the description below. And we're going to open up this bad boy. So let's get this started! Alright guys, I got the trusty scalpel right here. I'll try not to bump the camera. Breaking the seal. Excellent, put it there, nice and safe. Don't want to drop a scalpel on your foot. This slides out. Oh, nice and there it goes. Alright. So he's all out of the package here. Nice artwork. Beautiful. Excellent. So let's look at the artwork. Number 53 right here. Number 53. And you can look up these attributes here. And I love the artwork. It's great. Got the kind of a picture of the action figure right here. You got the cartoon. You got little mini Sarge here. Got more of a kind of a cartoon over here and more kind of cartoon, I don't know, looks like a realistic version, kind of like what the middle picture is, kind of realistic, cartoony. Really cool. Sgt Slaughter down at the bottom. Amazing artwork on the side. You can see the jets flying through his shades here. And it shows what all these accessories are. Picture of the figure. More attributes here at the bottom. They doubled it up this time. Boring stuff at the bottom. 53. All right, so let's get them open. I learned that there's tape on the side here from Kamakura. Kamakura was my first windowless packaging. This is my second. I'm excited to open this up for sure. Awesome. There he is. Cardboard prison. He's all strapped in with twine. I'm not a fan of the windowless packaging. I love how they put more effort into the artwork. I appreciate that for sure. And here's the little weapons box, crate. Really cool. Little keypad here, Sgt Slaughter. Nice blue kind of color with like wear design on it. Really neat. Awesome. So let's just open up this first, and we'll look at the figure after. It's probably all the accessories for sure. Let's open it up. Cool. We'll get this all unpacked. Boring instructions or warnings or whatever you want to call them. And you got this paper thing. It looks like there's hands in it. All right, so I'll take all the accessories out and I'll be right back. Okay, I got all the accessories out of the package right now. The swagger stick and the whistle was nicely packed in the cardboard thing. So let's take a look at the swagger stick. I remember Sgt Slaughter saying something about it's like a horse whip thing. Anyways, it's swagger stick to me. So there's the swagger stick. Nice little gold little knob at the top. It got some nice detail here on like the handle, grip handle thing, a little, not sure what that is at the end. It looks like some sort of string or ribbon or something like that. Very nice detail. Don't want to lose that. And here is the whistle, which is really cool. Nice little gold little whistle. Let's see if the focus, there it is. You can see a little gold whistle at the end of the strap on the whistle. Then we'll go into the shades. So here is the shades. Pretty sweet. Kind of mirrored aviators. And we'll go for his cap here. There's a little bit of a sergeant chevrons here on the cap. Goes one way. Nice little black strap detail. I don't know if you could see it there. Get a little closer. It's made of a kind of a more of a rubbery type of plastic. And then we'll go into fists and hands and whatnot. So I believe this is the first time we get extra hands with a G.I. Joe classified action figure. It looks like Sgt Slaughter has default fists. Right here we have 2 grabby hands. And we have 2 trigger fingers, trigger hands. And something I'm a little bit surprised about. Got 2 pointer fingers. So he could be pointing on both hands. That's pretty sweet. I like that. And next we have his machine gun. Let me know what this represents. AK, I'm not really too sure. People saying it's an AK. I think that's what people are saying. Cool detail, a brown handle, and a nice brown detail here where you can hold it. It's pretty neat. So right here we got a magazine. I think this is the same gun that came with the Cobra Officer. Yeah, it's the Cobra Officer, and here's a little, I guess this is some sort of scope or something like that. So for the final accessory, we got a mini, really mini, tiny Sgt Slaughter here. And you can see he has his arms kind of folded in. Nice, made of plastic, of course. The tiniest little bit of plastic. I don't know what you can see here. Really cool tiny little accessory. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's get into Sgt Slaughter's figure. There is Sgt Slaughter. Looks cool. He's freaking jacked for sure. You know, he's very tight and nothing really that loose. A little loose. A little tiny bit loose. That's, you know, he's been sitting in my apartment for a little bit. It's a little bit cooler in here. So let's start off with his deco, the way he looks, the color. He has nice, like, brown hair. Nice brown hair. Got a brown mustache. Let me know. I think he has blue eyes. It's hard to see on my end. My eyes are getting kind of bad. I've been staring at a screen all day, so forgive me if I'm not lined up. So he has a black tank top, which is really cool, reminiscent of the vintage Triple T Sgt Slaughter, which we'll have a comparison to that in a moment here. So he has a nice white belt. He has a nice little gold or yellow belt buckle. Goes all the way around. He has nice camouflage pants. Wish they were a little bit darker. That's just me. There's nice brown kind of splotches here for the camo. Nice little, there's actually some nice little texture right here on here. I don't know if you could see it. Really cool. Got some pockets, knee pads. I don't know if they're supposed to be knee pads, but they look like knee pads to me. And you got some nice green olive drab boots. I'm not sure what the name of them are, but they're pretty cool. Take a look, get that to focus, check out the boots. Nice olive drab boots. I guess you can see the laces detail here. Black tip on the toes. Got some nice detail on the bottom here. Nice little ridges, and of course the figure stand holes, which these ones do not come with a figure stand. Unfortunately, big fail by Hasbro, I might add. So on his arms here, I forgot to mention he has like these black bands here. I don't know, it's not a watch or anything. So let's look at design. Also, he's freaking jacked for sure. Roided out. I love Sgt Slaughter. This is definitely a cartoon representative of Sgt Slaughter. He just huge. So he has the same body as Roadblock and Gung Ho. I should bring out, I will have a comparison with those figures in just a moment here. So overall, awesome. I really like this figure. It looks really cool. So let's look at the articulation. You know, it's Gung Ho Roadblock articulation. His head goes all the way around, up and down a little bit. I'm not going to go too much into detail with the articulation here. Butterfly joints. He got the double jointed elbows. He could punch himself in the face. Not pinless, of course, because Roadblock and Gung Ho are old molds. Hopefully they kind of phase that out and get some new, bigger bodies with pinless elbows. Pinless knees, you know, that's kind of cool. Why? I don't need pinless, I don't need that much articulation with Sgt Slaughter. He's not freaking Spider-Man. So let's gear him up. Let's put the whistle on first, which is pretty sweet. Fits all right. Kind of sticks out a bit, but so the whistle fits on pretty good. Kind of sticks out a little bit, but it's moldable plastic. There you go. So let's put the shades on. Shades fits pretty good. There you go. Let's put on his cap. Cover. Nah, that's what I should call it. Let's put this cover on. I know I forget the name of them. All right, so I put the trigger figure, trigger hand on him. There's no grab type hand, but I'm going to put the trigger. Doesn't really fits okay, I guess. And of course, you know, I'm going to try to reproduce the picture, you know. So let's put the pointer finger. So there's one thing I noticed here, that the peg for the hands was really thin. I'm always afraid that I'm going to break the pin, but there it is. Now you could point at you. All right, so let's take out little Sgt Slaughter here. I've carefully took out the little card thing here. Nice little graphic, very small. So here's mini Sgt Slaughter. But I didn't really want to take this out, but here it is. Tiny little Sgt Slaughter. Isn't that kind of neat? Take a look. A little white belt, camouflage, sort of green pants. I don't know how they can get camouflage on there, but I can barely see this thing. So, so I'm gonna put mini Sgt Slaughter in his hand and see if I can do it. This is a very delicate thing here to do. We're gonna have to use some sticky tack here to put him in his hand, like balancing him here. Like I could spend all night trying to balance him here. I'm gonna try to do it, and I'll put some photos at the end of my video. There we have it. I don't know if I want to put the gun in his hand. This is just gonna sit in my gun. It's gonna be just filed away, this gun. Like it's pointless putting this gun with Sgt Slaughter. I dislike this gun, this rifle or whatever. What do we need this gun for, Sgt Slaughter? I got a ton of Valaverse guns, and it's pointless. So there you have it, guys. I have them all geared up. Pretty sweet. Nice representation of Sgt Slaughter. So the first comparison I'm going to do, I got a lot of comparisons to do here with Valaverse, of course, and Action Force. So I'm going to compare it to my Valaverse kind of custom Sgt Slaughter. It's a mix of version 1 and version 2. I've seen people mix these guys up just to get a really good representative of Triple T Sgt Slaughter. So let's get a little bit of a tight shot here. Looks pretty sweet. Which one do you like the most? Well, I fell in love with the Valaverse Sgt Slaughter. Some collectors want the the cartoon version of Sgt. Slaughter. That's how they remember Sgt. Slaughter in the cartoon, all buffed out like a superhero, right? I like the realistic version of Sgt. Slaughter. Really, he looks realistic. This version, he's the cartoon version, right? So here's my mix, the rest of my other Sgt. Slaughter mixed with version 1 and version 2 of Sgt. Slaughter. I'll put them beside. So I just basically, that's version 2's, version 1's legs, and this is, I can't remember. It's definitely a mix of version 1 and version 2, but I wanted the triple T version right here, so that's the way I'm going to keep them. The pants, you know, I wanted the camouflage pants. I definitely like the camouflage pants better on Valaverse than on, you know, on the classified version. The camouflage looks a little cartoony, doesn't look that realistic compared to the Valaverse. Looks way more realistic in my opinion. And so there you have, there's a comparison between the three. So here's a comparison with my vintage triple T Sgt. Slaughter. I got this at a thrift shop actually, probably for pennies. Found this last year at a thrift shop. Look at, really nice condition. It's nice and shiny. I know there's a tiny scuff on his whistle. It's nice and tight. It's something when I was a child. Love this figure. So there's a comparison. There's the shot of them all three. Triple T Sgt. Slaughters, Valaverse, Hasbro Classifieds, and then you have the vintage Triple T Sgt. Slaughter. So here's my Marauders Sgt. Slaughter. I found this in a thrift shop, of course, for basically nothing. Not in the greatest condition. At least the waist piece isn't broken. As you can see right now, is the thumbs are completely busted off. This is pretty typical of this plastic in this era in the 90s, I believe, that the plastic is super brittle. So there is my Marauders Sgt. Slaughter. Not the best. So here's a comparison with the same body. Here is Gung Ho here, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same upper torso. Right, so here's my roadblock. Let's check it out, see if it's the same legs. It is not the same legs. So I'm not really too sure if you know what legs. I can keep on taking out all my classifieds and taking a look and see which legs they are, but let me know in the comment section down below what legs Sgt. Slaughter, are they new, are they reused, what other figure there is. But it's definitely the upper body. Both upper bodies are all the same between a Roadblock and Gung Ho here. I should do this for all my classified videos and just break out Duke to compare classified figure, put them side by side. So this is my kind of my Valaverse upgrade for my Duke here. So there's one thing I wanted to try out is, let's see if Sgt. Slaughter, classified Sgt. Slaughter, fit on a ringside collectible stand. Let's check it out. Sorry if I bumped the camera. It's a little bit tricky to do this. So he fits pretty well. Let's get him in here. So he fits on a ringside collectible stand. That's pretty sweet. Shout out to my friend Luke who got me the stands. So I'm just going to put blowback here. This is my latest review. Check it out. My Valaverse Action Force review. I have the rest of the Special Deployment series locked and ready to go. I'm going to do reviews on those in the very near future. Is probably going to be my next one right after this. So in conclusion, I really like this representation of Sgt. Slaughter. You got to have this type of Sgt. Slaughter in your collection if you're a classified or a Action Force Valaverse collector. You know, if you're a fan of G.I. Joe and the cartoon, you have to have it. You know, it's kind of a necessary thing to have. The only thing I'm not really a fan of, like I was saying about the pants, it goes well together, but the deco one is a little... not my style. Like, I like camouflage, but I wish they could have done the camouflage a little bit better, in my opinion. But I love Sgt. Slaughter, so, you know, obviously I have to get him. every classified figure I have to get. So don't forget, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate all my viewers, all my subscribers. A lot more G.I. Joe and Action Force reviews coming very soon. I'm a busy guy. You know, I work a full-time job, so I'll try to pump out these videos as soon as possible. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on my video. Thank you very much for watching, and Yo Joe and Cobra!